Now, let me go further. Between you and the standard is growth. And growth involves two things. Number one, learning. Number two, unlearning. Between you and your standard is growth. Yani ukishaiona mtu amekushinda kwa jambo lolote, you discover that between me and that person is just growth. Is growth. And growth involves two things. We have the learning and the unlearning. Everyone is somewhere, but not all of us are where we are supposed to be. Jesus says in John chapter 15, verses 1, he says, God is the husbandman, I am the vine, and you are the branches. But look at this. He says, any branch in me that bears fruit, my Father will prune it that it may bear much. That means you are somewhere, but not where you are supposed to be. And so it will take the pruning for you to be ushered into a position of bearing much fruit. And so that pruning is what I'm calling growth. And so most of you will know that pruning is not an easy. It's only that trees don't talk. But if they would talk, if you look at a tree that has been pruned, you will see the tears coming out. Because pruning is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing because God knows one of the things that is making you unproductive is 1, is 2, is 3. And because he is the husbandman, he knows which branch he's supposed to cut. He knows which branch. And you people know the cuttings are never easy. Even when your friend cut you off, you know the way you feel? What did he see? Do I smell? That is the problems that many people go through. And especially those who go through rejection in marriage. A woman goes around asking herself, is it that I'm not? Have you ever seen people say, what does that woman have that I don't have? It's a cutting. And the trees are complaining. I am cutting not to hurt, but to cause the tree to produce more. Job says that even though he breaks me, yet will I still trust him. So it will take trusting him to allow him to cut. Even though he breaks me, I will still trust. So walking with God will involve a cutting, and cuttings are not easy. It will take trust. Which trust? That he knows what he is doing. The farmer knows what he is doing. The husband knows what. Can I tell you something? God knows your life more than you think you know your life. And God knows what is slowing you down. So, the ugliest path God chooses to use to help us be more productive is the cutting. It's the crushing. And cutting is not easy. I was cut off. Cut off. God knows the future you are going into, you don't require so and so. Because he knows your life more than you know yourself. The God that stands in the beginning and declares the end, is there anything hidden before him? David is praying in Psalms 139. Anasema, hata nikitengeneza kitanda katika giza, mkono wako ndio utaniongoza hata huko kwa giza. God knows your future, your present, your past. He knows it. He knows. And he employs the principle of cutting so that he makes you productive. But it will take trust to follow a man that cuts you. Why have many people left God? Because they don't trust him. Why did you cause that brother to leave? If you are God, don't you care? Are you not watching? But God is saying, I am walking you in a future that if you insist on having this person in your life, he is going to be the weapon formed against your life. So, God and a cutter. He will cut people. Number two, he will cut the things you're used to doing. He will cut your patterns. He will challenge and confront your patterns. That is God for you. God has a way of confronting you at the place of yourself. When you hear that Enoch walked with God and he was no more, don't think that the guy was just walking on the road until he disappeared. The guy was not walking on the road. Walking with the Lord until he was no more involved chopping off what was his, until when you saw Enoch, you saw God. Sorry, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yani, do you know what? The essence of following is that you don't become you, but the person you are following. So Enoch walked with God until if you saw Enoch, you will see God. And if you become exactly God, you cannot live on this earth. That's why we are in the process of transformation to be what? To be him. But Bible says, when Jesus finally shows up, we shall be completely transformed. Now, if we completely take the form of Jesus, we can no longer be on earth. Enoch walked with God until he was no more. Let me break it down, because sometimes I don't want to assume that we understand what I'm saying. When you walk with a person, assume for example, mtu mwenye ako overweight. I was watching another comedy. Adibanjo. It's on Netflix. So there's another woman there who really wanted to cut on her weight. So she went and bought us a piece of cloth. Na hiyo nguo akasema they were going to another meeting where governors would be present and dignitaries. So on trying to wear that dress, it was not fitting. So a slender a niece of hers akamwambia, I will take it upon myself to train you between now and the time of the event, so that by that time you can fit in this dress. What this woman didn't know, that it was going to involve dropping chicken, dropping chips, dropping pizza, dropping junk, mukate. So she accepted the first day, because the first day the instruction was, we are going to be doing a morning run. So she cooperated. Morning run is okay. When she returned home, she realized that I'm not supposed to eat chicken. She said, does that what it takes to cut on weight? He said, yeah. If your intention is to cut weight, then the requirements are as follows. No chicken, no chips. Now you see, let me use that example. Now you see, the intention of the niece is that by the time I'm done with you, you are my size. And what does it take to be my size? You don't eat chips. Anyhow. The woman said to her, I cannot kill myself. Many people drop off on the path of falling because they cannot pay the price. Kuna mwili unataka. Lakini wakikwambia what it takes, unasema kama ni hivyo wacha ikae. Mwili mpya iko mbinguni. Why are you saying that? Because you are afraid of paying the price. Between here and where you are going is growth. Many people don't like when they are confronted in the areas of their immaturity. Ukijaribu kumwambia, mimi sometimes naonanga hata my daughter Doris, nikimwambia tu hiyo keyboard, sasa umechezanga hivi for long, jaribu kutembeza vidole.